Most restaurant wine lists in the world have a Marlborough Sauvignon Blanc now. It's become a benchmark by which other Sauvignon Blancs are judged in the world. So when I first came to Marlborough in 1985, Marlborough Sauvignon Blanc really was just sort of becoming discovered around the world. It's incredible now to see the extent of the plantings. So I feel very fortunate to have been part of Cloudy Bay for 25 years. I was in charge of winemaking for this. And then in 2009, Kimberly and I decided to establish our own business. I quit the day job in the middle of a financial crisis and started Greywacke. Greywacke is it's a geological term for very hard sedimentary rock that is basically the foundation of New Zealand. I was absolutely selfish with how I went about making the wines. I chose my favourite barrel and my favourite sort of percentage of whole clusters. So people talk about the terroir of a wine district being the combination of the climate and the soils. People also these days are referring perhaps to the human influence as well as being part of the terroir. But I like to think that the microflora of a region is also part of that terroir specific to Marlborough.
So the Greywacke Sauvignon Blanc is a really rich, ripe, concentrated style of Sauvignon. It's less about green, grassy, herbaceous flavours and more in that softer, riper sort of style. The Wild Sauvignon is a much softer, richer, more savoury example of Sauvignon Blanc. It's arguably quite a left field style and it's a really age-worthy style. You can put it in the cellar and it will drink well in 5 to 10 years' time at least.
But I think now people are realising that Chardonnay, if it's handled in a subtle way, produces absolute world-class wine. So
it's creamy and nutty and rich, but really, really fine acidity. The Greywacke Riesling, it's the only single vineyard wine that we produce. It's an organic certified block. Flavour-wise, it's about producing a really limey citrus style of Riesling. Pinot Gris typically gives us these quite pear and quince oriented flavours, and we certainly get lots of that. It's a style that we pick really, really ripe. We're looking for richness, ripeness, really, really concentrated flavours. We ferment a lot of this in old oak barrels with wild yeast, so it adds a slightly savoury dimension to that wine. Pinot Noir, this is probably the variety that I'm most excited about.
You put your nose in a glass of great New Zealand Pinot Noir and you see something that you'll never see in Burgundy.
About 20 years ago, we started planting up on the hillsides. By importing better clones from Burgundy, and now vine age and winemaker experience, we're making these much richer, darker, very supple styles of Pinot, and it's quite a unique Marlborough flavour that we're starting to see emerge. I look forward to the day when the world discovers Marlborough Chardonnay and Pinot Gris and Riesling and those sort of things, because there's a whole world of Marlborough wine that's yet to be discovered. Greywacke has over-delivered on my expectations. We're now exporting to 40 countries, to anywhere from London to Tanzania to Newfoundland to Norway.